안녕하세요 여러분. 8월 마지막 날 여러분과 함께 여름 추억 하나를 공유하고 싶은데요. 바로 여름하면 수박과 또 수박 장수를 빼놓을 수가 없죠. 외국인 손님에게 좋은 수박을 건네기 위해서 여기저기 수박을 두들겨 보면서 최고의 수박을 선택해 주시는 수박 장수를 만났고요. 이 외국 손님도 질사라 함께 수박을 같이 두들겨 보는 장면에서 한박 웃음을 멈출 수가 없었답니다. 정겨운 장면이었고요. 수박 한 통이 여름 휴가 보너스로 또는 이웃에게 수박 한 통이 또는 선물이 되기도 하는데요. 무슨 말이 더 필요할까요? 혹시 손님 방문으로 고민하고 계신가요? 우리 문화를 소개하는 하나의 방법으로는 아무래도 시원한 수박 하체를 빼놓을 수가 없겠죠? 네. Hello everyone. In August, I happened to pass by the street today and witnessed a friendly scene. In order to hand out good watermelons to foreign customers, I met a watermelon seller who selected the best watermelons by beating them here and there. And I shouldn't stop laughing at the scene where they beat the watermelon together. It was a lovely scene. A watermelon can be a summer vacation bonus. A watermelon can be a gift to the neighbor. What needs to be said more? Are you worried about inviting a foreign guest? When foreign friends or guests visit, it seems to be a best way to introduce our culture with refreshing watermelon punch filled with rice. 네, 본 방송은 창원시 진해에서 진행되는 마을 공동체 라디오고요. Heart Togetherness'은 2개국어로 동시 진행하는 라디오 인터뷰, 라디오 심층 만남의 시간입니다. This Heart Togetherness that you are currently listening to is a bilingual radio interview speaking in English and Korean. If you have someone you'd like to recommend, please leave a message to me. 네, 여러분이 현재 청취하고 있는 이 방송은 영어와 한국어로 동시 진행하는 방송입니다. 내 이웃 이야기의 정겨운 방송에 참여를 원하시면 저에게 메시지를 남겨주세요. If there's a country in the world went through similar to Korea, 세계의 한국과 비슷한 상황을 겪은 나라가 있다면 제가 질문을 하나 했는데요. Which country would that be? That would be Germany. Germany and Korea have much in common. Politically, they share the experience of partition. Economically, they both have a strong orientation towards export in order to sustain growth and highly paid employment. 네, 한국과 독일은 참 공통점이 많습니다. 정치적으로는 분단 경험을 공유하고 있죠. 또 그리고 경제적으로는 두 국가 모두 수출 강대국이죠. 네, Guten Tag, Good afternoon. 테리 마이어 씨입니다. 오늘은 독일어와 영어를 구사해야 할 것 같아요. 좋은 오후입니다. Mr. Terry Myers 만나서 반갑습니다. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. Would you introduce yourself in English? And I know your background is German and you're a German American. So would you at the same time which word can be best to describe you?
If I had to describe myself, I would say that I'm kind of stubborn, maybe a little hard-headed. I have a way of thinking and not listening to other people's input, but I'm working on that. That's getting as I mature.
And during our prep time at the studio, outside of the studio, you also mentioned about you like to try new things and learn at the same time?
Oh, I'm very open to new experiences. That was one of the things I really enjoyed about growing up in Germany. When you grow up around a lot of different cultures and a lot of different people, it kind of exposes you to things that you're not familiar with. So when I had friends in school, they were from all different walks of background. So that kind of really introduced me to it early on. So
I see. 한국어로 짧게 설명을 드리면 두 단어로 말씀을 하셨는데 영어로 조금 본인이 하고자 하는 일에 대한 그 고집이 있어서 하는 방식은 본인만의 강인한 그 자기 스타일이 있다고 얘기를 하셨고요. 그리고 새로운 일을 도전하는 걸 좋아하시고 한마디로는 experimental. So you like to learn and to be a experimenter. 실험 정신이 그리고 도전 정신이 강하다고 하십니다. Yeah, we talk about your best words that describe you, but at the same time, that don't be scared. Man, this radio is about introduce you and your country and what makes you made proud of, or the love of Korea and the love of your countries.
Okay, fair
the
enough.
love of country as well. So, so you said your hometown. Would you interest more about your hometown and your hobbies and what do you like to do?
Oh, absolutely. So, my hometown is Kaiserslautern, which is a really small. Well, not really small. It is a smaller city in Germany. It is in the south of the Rhineland-Pfalz. It's known for, I would say, soccer and the universities that we have down there. And it's a cultural hub because it's home to a train station that connects it to the rest of the other cities.
I see. 그 테리 마이어스시고요. 그리고 고향이 독일에서 태어나신 분이신데 게르나니의 Would you say again the Kaiserslautern?
Kaiserslautern.
Kaiserslautern.
You can if it's difficult
say.
for you to pronounce, you can just say Kaiserslautern.
Kaiserslautern. That's English.
That's the English version.
Yeah, English version. I see. It's easier to say. Kaiserslautern. Okay. 그리고 취미는 your hobby is about your exercise and your trips and.
Oh, I do like traveling very much. I recently started working out as a hobby. That's become more prevalent as the more and more I do it. But mostly it's traveling, meeting new people, trying new things, especially food.
I see. 취미로는 운동 좋아하시고 그리고 여행 좋아하시고 그리고 뭐 최근에 또 새로운 취미 생활로 한 게 좋은 음식 장소를 찾아서 또 네이버 지도에도 저장하는 거라고 하십니다. 그리고 새로운 사람을 만나는 것도 좋아하시고 관심 있는 장소와 또 음식 그 맛집을 또 공유하는 걸 좋아하신다고 하네요. Dankeschön. I know the one word. Dankeschön.
Very good.
I see. So you're German American. So we can now travel to Germany and sounds like United States at the same time. Since Europe won, we can talk more about two countries.
Okay.
So you're saying your hometown is
Kaiserslautern.
Then how long have you been there?
Most of my life, actually. I forget. I don't have an exact figure on the numbers because I moved around a bunch throughout Germany. I would say the better part of 10 years.
About 10 years.
Yeah.
여기저기 독일에서도 한 곳에 있지 않고 여기저기에서 사셨던 그런 적이 있다고 하십니다. 그리고 about 10 years, 그래서 10년 정도 됐다고 하시네요. 오래전이라서 기억이 잘 나지는 않는다고 그랬는데 So, would you boast about your hometown a little bit? For example, where it's located and what is your hometown Germany is known for?
My hometown's known for one of the universities that we have down there. It's a very, well, I wouldn't say prestigious, but it is a lot of people come from other cities and villages to go to Kaiserslautern, especially the high school down there. We have a soccer team, 1FCK Kaiserslautern, home of the Red Devils. And yeah, I would say
Red Devil.
The Red Devils.
Oh, actually, in Korea, we say that the routing team for Korean national team, we say Red Devil.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, 붉은
I was not aware of that.
Oh, yeah. It's common.
That's very common thing.
I mean, it's a duplicate, it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
That's what I can say.
Yeah.
예, 현대 카이저슬라우테른 또 그 고향은 지금 정보통신 기술의 중심지이기도 하고 유명한 대학이 있고 그리고 기술대학 그리고 국제 연구기관이 자리 잡고 있다고 했고요. 그리고 축구팀 How do you say? 1FCK? 1FCK라는 축구팀이 또 있다고 합니다. That's the home
That's the home team. Yes.
home team. 예, 거기서 홈팀이라고 합니다. Let's say now our listeners wanted to travel to Germany. Where would you like to recommend them to visit?
I strongly recommend going to the Black Forest during the winter time if you have the chance. It's really pretty, especially when it's covered in snow. Also, any of the major cities, Heidelberg, Munich, Berlin, during the Christmas markets. Germany's really popular during that time of year. It's really fun to walk around the snow and see the city kind of transform and get to drink a lot of different drinks, hot beverages, and you get to try a lot of different food that's seasonal.
Wow, there are a lot of stories. You just say that. I mean, I'm pretty sure in Germany as a whole, you are trying to represent Germany. There are a lot of places to go. But first, you say the Black Forest in the winter.
Yes.
Yeah, 겨울의 검은 숲이라고 불리는 that's 숲이라고 불리는. Oh, is that tourist attraction? Whatever you guys say that.
There's a touristy area because there's skiing out there, and there's also the city of Baden-Baden, which is very popular for spas and saunas and stuff like that.
스파하고 이제 사우나로 유명한 바든바든시에 위치하고 있는 그 겨울의 검은 숲, 그러니까 블랙 포레스트라는 곳을 겨울에 꼭 하셨으면 하는 그런 바람을 말씀하셨고요. And also there's a Heidelberg Castle and the city for the food and the old buildings. That's what you mentioned.
Yes.
네, 하이델베르그의 성과 그리고 맛있는 음식 그리고 오래된 건물, 역사가 깊은 건물 그리고 라인강을 따라서 여행을 이제 걸어보는 것도 좋은 경험이 될 거라고 얘기를 하셨고요. 그리고 기회가 된다면 크리스마스 마켓도 가보라고 얘기를 하셨어요. Christmas market, they are only there for only Christmas season?
They usually start popping up towards the end of November and going into December, and they stay after. It depends on the weather sometimes. It depends. But
do they sell some specific, special items during that time?
there is something. It's called Glühwein.
Glühwein.
Which is a roughly translated glowing wine.
Glowing wine.
Yeah, so it's a warm alcohol, and it's supposed to keep you warm while you're walking around outside in the cold.
I see. So, glowing wine.
Glowing wine.
So, 반짝반짝 광이 나는 와인이라고 영어를 통용을 하면은 그렇게 얘기를 하셨는데요. That's very interesting. So it's a wine, but glowing wine.
It's wine, but it's warm, and
it's warm.
They add Jägermeister sometimes, which will keep you hot. Yeah.
그래서 겨울 시즌에 이제 크리스마스 시즌에 맞춰서 마시면은 와인을 한 잔 마시면은 몸을 따뜻하게 해주는 그런 와인의 특별한 상품을 또 같이 판매한다고 합니다. 크리스마스에 꼭 들려봐야 될 것 같습니다. And Mr. Meyer. And my question is, why its name is? You said it black. What's the name is? Why
the Black Forest?
Black Forest. Yeah. Is there something special in Heidelberg Castle as well?
Heidelberg Castle. I'll touch on that first. Heidelberg Castle is just it's a cult, like a landmark. It's a very, very old castle that hasn't really sustained any damage over time. And it's open to, they have restaurants up there. It's a pretty sizable marketplace that they have on the outside. And then the city itself is relatively untouched by all the modern buildings. So you have the old streets, the old stone streets, and there's a lot of old breweries and restaurants and stuff out there.
하이델버그 캐슬 그 성에 대해서 먼저 설명하셨는데 이 대표적인 건물이라고 얘기를 하셨고요. 그리고 오래된 흔적, 역사적인 흔적이 남아 있어서 현대 사회에서 느낄 수 있는 이런 모던한 스타일보다는 약간 고풍스러운 그런 분위기를 느낄 수 있는 성이라고 합니다. And the next question, why is the name is Black Forest?
So my history might be a little rough, but if I remember correctly, the Black Forest, when the Romans were trying to get all throughout Germania back in the day, they said that it was scary and dark because there was the canopy, the trees were so thick that the sun couldn't come through, so they called it the Black Forest.
로마인과 얽힌 그 역사적 상황으로 되돌아 보면은 그 로마인들이 이렇게 왔을 때 나무 꼭대기에서 통해 비치는 빛이 전혀 안 들어와서 빛이 없어서 너무 컴컴하고 어둡고 무섭다고 생각했기 때문에 그래서 블랙 포레스트라는 이름이 이제 붙었다고 합니다. 그리고 next question, since you're speaking German fluently, can you introduce any short words that is pleasing to local German people?
Yeah, so kind of like in Korea where you have
like a simple words
simple
that
words,
the Korean
like
people learn.
Well, what we're taught usually when we come here is 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Yeah.
So I would say the same thing if you're going to introduce yourself to somebody or say hi or acknowledge somebody. You can say Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Yeah, so
Guten Tag is good.
Good day.
Good day.
Yeah, so it's not time specific. So
time
it's not.
specific.
Yeah, it's not good morning or good afternoon or good evening. Good day just means. Or you can just very simply go hello.
No, hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Not hello.
Hello, but with an A. Hello.
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 And that'll get you through the thing.
네, 저기 아침, 점심, 저녁 시간대 상관없이 고르실 수 있는 좋은 날이에요라는 인사말을 줄곧 하신다고 하는데 그 표현이 Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag라고 하세요. 제가 고등학교 때 독일어를 배웠는데 Guten Tag, 저희 Guten Morgen, and we learned about that were sure, but I didn't know that local people actually say in a daily life. That's good comment, a good point
It
that
is.
you said about it. And next word that you like to say?
Oh, Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Dankeschön.
Dankeschön is a more formal.
More formal.
It's and you would say that to like I guess an elderly person if you're talking to somebody professionally. Dankeschön, but in normal day-to-day activities you'd say Danke.
Danke.
Danke. That way you don't have to worry about the schön.
Schön, I see. What does it mean?
Dankeschön means thank you very much.
Dankeschön. Dankeschön. I see. Dankeschön을 그 약간 격식을 갖춘 단어로 좀 약간 딱딱한 날 들릴 수도 있지만 격식을 갖춘 단어로 고맙습니다, 감사합니다라고 얘기를 하기도 하고 젊은이들이나 아니면은 이제 간단하게 짧게 요즘 말씀을 많이 하시죠. Danke.
Danke.
Danke. Danke라고 얘기를 합니다. And next word that you like to introduce?
If you're going to dismiss yourself or say goodbye to somebody, you can say Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen?
Auf Wiedersehen, which
Auf
is
Wiedersehen.
to see you again.
I'll see you again.
But,
so you met here. You say good. Introduce good 3 words. You met somebody and say Guten Tag, and it's Guten Tag is a good day, and Dankeschön. And
Thank
then thank you for everything that you did, and then Dankeschön, and Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen. I see.
or if
see
you can get the pronunciation right, you can say Tschüss. Tschüss is just like bye.
A juice?
Tschüss.
A juice.
Yeah.
I got it from it's a
Yeah.
juice, the drinking
No.
juice.
Yeah, common mistake. Yeah. Tschüss.
Choose.
Yeah.
choose. choose라는 표현도 이따가 얘기를 하셨고요. 네, thank you for introducing 3 good, how do I say, useful and practical words for us. And I know you've been here in quite a while in Korea. How long have you been here?
2.5 years now.
2.5 years, so 2년 반 정도 됐다고 했는데요. I'm sure there's just something that you have favorite memory in Korea, and we'll talk about it Korea later. Korea or Germany and United States.
A favorite memory about Korea or the United States?
Yeah, so your favorite memory in Germany and United States?
My favorite memory in Germany is going skiing.
Skiing.
And, we used to travel down to. I like Germany because you can travel around a lot. So my favorite memories in Germany are, ironically, of going to other places around Germany, going to Austria, going to Switzerland.
It's because of the Europe.
Because
all countries
because
are
it's very things like very close.
Close.
Yeah.
예, 모든 나라들이 유럽이기 때문에 모든 나라들이 가까이 이렇게 위치하고 있어서 지리적으로 위치하고 있어서 독일뿐만 아니라 여러 나라를 여행할 수 있는 부분이 많이 좋았던 그런 기억을 가지고 있습니다. What about Korea? Your favorite memory in Korea?
Going glamping and camping near Jirisan. That was a really fun experience for me. And then going to see Jeju for the first time. I had a lot of fun down there.
Glamping in Korea too. So 그리고 약간 고급진 그 캠핑을 글램핑이라고 하는데요. 글램핑을 한국에서 한 경험이 이제 그런 기억이랑 추억이 있고 지리산에는 한라산, 지리산과 한라산을 같이 등산을 했다는 그런 얘기를 하셨습니다. And next question will be let's go back to the history part a little bit.
Okay.
I will lightly talk about the history part. Do you know why there are so many Koreans in Germany? Have you heard about the Korean miners and nurses in Germany?
I know that the village of Namhae was where they have the Oktoberfest kinda. I know that there was a lot of people traveling there for work, but beyond the extent of that, no, I wasn't too familiar with the history.
I see. 제가 질문한 건 독일에 왜 한국인이 많은지 그리고 독일과 한국 간의 한국인 광부와 간호사에 대한 그런 역사적인 배경에 대해서 한번 질문을 했는데요. 남해에 있는 독일 마을에 대해서 방문한 적도 있고 한데 그리고 역사적으로도 그 한국인 광부와 간호사에 대해서 들어본 적은 있다고 하십니다. 근데 자세한 정보는 잘 모르지만 아무래도 제가 설명을 좀 덧붙여서 얘기를 해야 될 것 같아요. So this year marks the 60th anniversary of 1963 recruitment agreement between Korea and the Germany official name is Federal Republic of Germany. I didn't know that, but I got to know that. The Republic of Korea, and under this agreement, the Korean miners came to Germany as temporary labor migrant or how do I say?
Gastarbeiter.
Gastarbeiter.
Gast is like a guest. Like
guest.
Guest worker is
guest
what that translates
worker.
to.
Gastarbeiter. Biter is worker.
Arbeiter is
Arbeiter. I see. 네, 올해는 그 1963년 독일 연방공화국 당시 서독이죠. 그리고 대한민국 간 채용 협정이 체결된 지 60주년이 되는 해입니다. 이 협정에 따라서 한국 광부들이 임시 노동자 아시다시피 이주자 또는 가스타바이터 그러니까 임시 노동자 손님 초대 근로자로 독일에 왔다는 그런 역사적인 그런 배경에 대해서 잠시 설명을 해드렸고요. Have you visited German village? You said that you visited there one time, right?
I did go for the Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest during the Oktoberfest
The
season.
Oktoberfest, yes.
We cannot
was
miss
very
out
good.
Oktoberfest.
You cannot, no.
Yeah, I see. I haven't been down. I have been down there, but I couldn't make it during the Oktoberfest season. That's one thing that I need to do it as my bucket list. And is there any difference between your hometown and German village in Name?
There's some. Well, my hometown's kind of in the woods, like in the forest. So
forest.
we're surrounded by a lot of trees and a lot of wilderness. But no, the village in Namhae was very. I could notice the architectural similarities. And I got to have a schnitzel again, which is one of my favorite foods. I haven't had a schnitzel in about 3 or 4 years.
What is schnitzel?
Schnitzel's kind of like a breaded pork cutlet. I guess you could katsu.
돈까스.
Kind of like a katsu, yeah. So like thin pork cutlet that's fried and is served with French fries and gravy.
I see. Wow, you tell me a lot of stories. Okay. 그러니까 so there are similarity. I see. 그러면은 독일의 고향이랑 그리고 남의 독일 마을에 있는 그 독일 마을의 어떤 차이점이라는 뭐 공통점이나 이런 부분을 질문을 했었는데요. 아무래도 본인의 그 독일 고향에서는 아무래도 산 속에 있다 보니까 산과 어우러진 그런 고향의 정겨운 풍경을 말씀을 잠시 해주셨고요. 그리고 독일 남해 있는 독일 마을은 아무래도 비슷한 독일 그 건축물과에 있어서는 비슷한 점이 거의 거의 흡사하다고 얘기를 하셨고요. 그리고 독일 마을에 가서는 좋아하시는 음식이 독일 마을에서 남해 독일 마을에 좋아하는 음식이 스니첼? Did you say? 스니첼. 그러니까 돈가스, 저희가 말하는 돈가스 음식이 좋았다고 얘기를 하십니다. So, as you are German American, when was the time you were proud of being an American?
I guess for me it was when because I spent most of my life growing up overseas in Europe and other parts of different countries. I think it's when I went to America to join the military, and I actually graduated boot camp, and that's when I actually felt like an American and to be proud to be one.
I see. 어렸을 때 그런 환경은 독일뿐만 아니라 여러 나라를 지금 다니는 부분이 있어서 그런 기억도 있지만 아무래도 이제 그 밀리터리 그 군대에 이렇게 군대 군인이 되고 나서부터는 처음에 부트캠프를 졸업했다는 말을 표현하셨는데 졸업할 때 부트캠프를 무사히 마치고 그런 훈련 기간을 무사히 마치고 되었을 때 비로소 이제 미국인이 된 것 같다는 그런 느낌을 표현을 해주셨어요. Now after 2 years in 진해, I'm sure you have a feeling for 진해, right? So what does 진해 mean to you after 2 years?
Jinhae to me kind of symbolizes our country's willingness to work with other people. I've had very good experiences here in Jinhae working with Koreans, even with people from other nationalities and backgrounds that think Jinhae. And I also like Jinhae because it's a quieter city. It's not like Seoul or Busan or one of the busier places. So Busan to me is a quiet place that reminds me of home in a way.
진해 is more.
Jinhae reminds me of my hometown a little
your
bit.
hometown.
Yeah.
진해가 그러니까 본인이 자라나온 고향을 많이 떠오르게 하는 그런 조용하고 그리고 흡사한 부분이 많다고 얘기를 하셨고요. 많이 정겨운 그런 부분을 말씀을 하셨고요. 벌써 정이 느껴지는 것 같습니다. 그리고 진해는 또 미국과 서로 또 진해는 또 아무래도 미군 부대가 있다 보니까 여러 나라가 우리나라 여러 한국과 그리고 미군이 서로 또 연결되어 있고 서로 협력하는 의지를 상징하기도 한다고 얘기를 하셨고요. 그리고 is there anything you wanted to share from cultural perspective from German US citizen?
From like a similarity between me and Korea, or
Anything like you want to share the cultural difference, the cultural similarity, or something like that?
I think the similarity is
I remember you mentioned about the patience.
lack of patience. The bali
Bali here in
yes,
Korea, right?
Yes, I do like that. It's kind of expeditious. And if you see you want to get somewhere fast, like when you're driving, like it reminds me of being on the Autobahn in Germany. Like you want to go fast to get to where you need to go. So I do like that. Yeah.
How did you learn Bali word? Where did you pick up that word? Bali?
From some of the people I work with. They did not have time to wait, so they were like, "Hey, this needs to be done right now." And I was like, "Okay."
네, 한국의 이제 빨리빨리 문화에 대해서 설명을 잠시 해주셨고요. 이렇게 이제 그 동료들한테 한국의 빨리빨리라는 단어, 한국어를 이렇게 습득을 했다고 합니다. 그리고 아무래도 독일에서 빨리빨리라는 이런 문화가 흡사한 부분이 아우토반이 있기 때문에 그런 부분이 흡사해서 또 독일을 또 떠오르게 한다는 그런 말씀을 해주셨어요. And now let's talk about preparing to live in either like immigration part. Let's say I'm just explaining to the listeners. Say if there's people out there, I wanted to live in Germany or the United States. What would you recommend for listeners who prepare for about immigration to Germany or the United States?
I would look at the area that you're planning on traveling to and kind of doing a little bit of research around it, because some of the parts of Germany are very small and very old. Germany has a lot of villages. People know about the cities, and the cities are filled with a lot of different people, so you'll be able to communicate a little bit better if you're inside the city. But if you're going to go to a village on the outside of the city, then it would probably help you to learn some common phrases and be able to communicate a little bit before going there.
I see. So village meaning is more like here in Korea, like countryside.
Countryside living,
countryside.
yes.
아무래도 뭐 도시 생활이라든지 아니면은 약간 도시와 떨어진 생활을 이렇게 나눠서 구분할 수가 있겠지만 아무래도 조사를 많이 하셔서 어떤 생활 방식을 원하시는지 본인이 원하는 곳을 잘 선택을 해서 조사를 해서 이렇게 하는 게 좋을 것 같다고 얘기를 하셨고요. I think the best part to prepare is also learning language, the mother language of that country. Like for example, you go to America, you need to learn English. That's basic part, so that you face any difficulties, you can find solve problem easily.
I would agree with you. However, if you grew up speaking Korean and learning Korean, German would be a little bit of a challenge, kind of like it is for me to try to learn Korean, because the enunciation, the way you pronounce certain things, it can be taxing. So, but if you give it a shot, you can learn some basic things, some simplified versions of German that will probably help you out a little bit.
독일 같은 경우는 독일어가 또 저희 한국처럼 한국어가 있기 때문에 그들이라는 말이 표현 좀 그렇긴 한데 그 나라만의 언어를 배우는 게 가장 또 중요하다고 생각하면서 언어를 배우는 가장 도움이 될 부분이라고 얘기를 하셨습니다. So here in Korea, we have very good learning standard to provide free Korean language and even for class, the government provide either free or either small amount of class for immigrants or people. So I think that's very good environment. It's a welcome environment.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. And what are the German tradition in United States?
I know we brought the Christmas tree, if I'm not mistaken, and then so I mean, Merry Christmas and you're welcome. I would say. I also know that we helped establish the idea of the kindergarten, which is actually a garden for children, if you want to like translate it directly. A garden for children. Yeah.
Kindergarten meaning it's a garden for
Yeah.
children. I didn't know that.
And it's basically that's where your children will grow.
Uh-huh.
And so
I see. What about the food in
loosely, I think. I mean, pretzels. I would say that we had a hand in that. Maybe the strudel, sauerkrauts on hot dogs. We could probably be given some credit for that. In Germany, we don't really do hot dogs. We do Wurst.
Wurst?
So different types of sausages.
Wurst, am I saying it right?
Wurst.
Wurst.
Yes.
Wurst.
So it's a W, but you pronounce it as a V. So
Yeah,
Wurst.
Wurst. It's hard one.
Yeah, it is.
오케이. 네, 제가 미국에 있는 독일 전통은 무엇입니까라고 제가 좀 질문을 했는데요. 아무래도 독일계 미국인이시다 보니까 이런 많은 문화 부분에서의 그 차이점이라든지 이제 좋은 부분을 이제 좋은 부분에 대해서 많은 역사적인 배경에 대해서 아시는 것 같습니다. 독일계 미국인분들은 아무래도 미국 최초의 유치원과 그리고 크리스마스 트리 전통을 확립했다고 합니다. 이 킨더가든이란 영어에서는 킨더가든이라는 영어의 유치원이란 단어가 garden for children, 그러니까 어린이를 위한 그런 정원이라는 뜻을 가지고 있다고 하네요. 그게 너무 좋은 표현인 것 같고요. 그리고 또한 음식으로 예를 든다면은 프레츠, 매듭이 있는 하트 모양의 빵이 프레츠, 독일 음식이 이렇게 또 이렇게 많이 사람들이 즐겨 먹고 슈트루델? How do I pronounce?
Strudel.
Strudel. 그리고 sauerkraut. Sauerkraut. 양배추 절임. What about the beer?
Oh, the beer has
lager beer?
you have lager beer.
lager beer.
Yeah.
lager beer가 독일에서 이제 미국에서 인기 있는 음식을 미국에 또 소개했다고 합니다. Now, how would you like to celebrate? I know that because America itself is a melting spot, all different ethnicity, people are living there, and I'm sure and heard about it too. How would you like to celebrate the history of German-American History Month?
I would like to take people out to go have a beer, as any good German would like to do. So that's how I celebrate.
그러니까 아무래도 이제 독일 하면은 맥주를 빼놓을 수가 없죠. 그래서 맥주 본 스스로 이렇게 개인적으로는 맥주를 친구들과 동료들과 같이 마시면서 10월 6일에 있는 독일계 미국인의 날을 기념한다고 합니다. And I know that the October is German American History Month. That's in part of celebrate in the recognition of the founding of a German town, which is Pennsylvania, in October 1683. That's why I didn't know that part.
I did not know that either.
Oh yeah, Pennsylvania. Okay, and the second part, the fact is 15% of Americans are of German descent. Did you know that too?
I know a lot of people in America did come from Europe, so I'm pretty sure that Germany had a role to play in that.
Yeah, the 15%. That's pretty high percentage, the largest group in the United States. I see. 네, 미국인의 15% 정도가 독일계이고 그리고 있는 미국에서 가장 큰 그룹이라고 합니다. 네, 그래서 오늘 라디오 방송에 출연하셔서 한국 사람과 그리고 독일 소개 그리고 미국에 관한 자랑스러운 미국인 여러 가지 얘기를 하셨는데요. 한국 라디오의 방송이 처음인 저희 진해마을라디오 방송인 처음 마이어님이 어떤 느낌을 받으셨을지 궁금한데요. How do you feel about radio? This interview?
Oh, this interaction? I'm having a lot of fun with it, actually. I think it's a really good idea.
Thank you so much. 말씀하셨기를 이제 재미있고 그리고 이제 good idea, 좋은 아이디어라고 좋은 생각인 아이디어라고 얘기를 하십니다. There are more radio programs in radio and 진해 radio station too. We are running about at least over 10 programs.
Is that right? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
this program is only run by two bilingual language program.
Oh, okay.
But there are the programs that run by Korean.
Oh.
They're introducing Jinhae history and the Jinhae artists and about all different parts of Jinhae and Changwon area too.
Oh, okay.
네. Well, lastly, do you have any message to your family? Do you miss them? Of course, yeah.
I haven't seen.
year.
No, I haven't seen my mom in about four and a half years
4.5?
because of the COVID virus.
I see.
Yeah, I miss my parents very much.
Is there any message for them?
Mama, ich liebe dich und ich sehe dich bald. November hoffentlich.
What did you say?
I said, Mom, I love you and I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
You said in November?
Hopefully in November I get to
Hopefully in
go
November.
home.
I
Yeah,
see. 11월 달에 봬요, 어머니. 그리고 저 여기 잘 있고 그리고 많이 그립습니다라는 그런 메시지를 전달하셨습니다. Everyone, what do you think? What is the attractive voice? I started listening to the English tones of people whose voice I like or our guests. I tried to follow their saying, but then it struck me that it wasn't just their voice I liked. I admire their attitude towards life and wit and the sincerity of life. 네, 여러분 저에게 매력적인 목소리가 무엇인지 곰곰이 생각해 보았어요. 제가 좋아하는 목소리를 가진 분들과 그리고 게스트 분들의 초대 손님의 목소리의 높낮이가 들리기 시작을 했고요. 그분들의 말을 따르려고 노력을 했는데 그러다가 제가 좋아하는 목소리가 전부가 아니라는 걸 알았습니다. 그것이 바로 그분들에 대한 태도와 재치 그리고 삶의 성실성 그리고 존경하는 태도 이 모든 것이 다 합작품 그리고 그런 부분을 존경하는 삶에 대한 그 성실성을 태도라는 걸 알게 되었죠. 네, 오늘 방송에서는 독일계 미국인으로서 자라온 테리 마이어님을 만나서 다양한 소재로 얘기를 나누어 보았습니다. 네, 여러분 오늘 너무 만나서 반가웠고요. 다음 방송에 봬요. See you everybody next month.